Hello and welcome to episode 24 of the Catching the Facts podcast here on the Catching the Facts official podcast network. I'm your host, Dan Sisk.
And I'm Eric Schroeder.
And guys, welcome to the off-season. I know, as you may have recall from our Super Bowl recap, we are going to be posting new episodes of this show every other week, covering all the big news from both the NCAA and the NFL. Not a lot this week. We're still a few weeks away from free agency hitting. But there are some interesting news stories to cover that should take a bit to go over, and we actually have a lot to say about these because a couple of these stories are just absolutely, stranger than fiction, I would say. So, Eric, you ready to get started?
Yep, I'm ready to go.
Okay, guys, starting off, we're going to be bookending with the really unfortunate stories. So, the first thing we're going to talk about, we hinted at it a couple weeks ago, but we really wanted to see how some details came out about the situation with James Pierce Jr. He was arrested. He's now no longer in custody, but he was arrested in Miami, centering on a number of charges, largely regarding domestic violence on his girlfriend, who's a WNBA player, I believe. He is out on bail. And he is still on the Atlanta Falcons, which a couple weeks later, Eric, I'm kind of shocked about. I thought for sure he'd be cut by now. But I think the Falcons kind of want to see what's going on with those charges before they make a determination on his future, particularly because Pierce was so good. I mean, guys, I don't know how much Falcons football you were watching this year. I suspect not much, and I wouldn't blame you. But he was excellent this year. He led all rookies with 10.5 sacks. He was definitely he was a first round pick that was as good as advertised. So I think that's why the Falcons haven't cut him yet. They really don't want to get rid of him, and they kind of are praying that this isn't true. It's a really tough situation, Eric. Obviously, we have mishaps and things like of this nature happen sadly too frequently in the world of football. This is another one to add to the pile. I mean, it's sad that this stack is so large at this point, but it is. And yeah, I'm very curious to see how this all goes down, because if I'm hesitant to only talk about the football side of it because this is dealing with very serious charges and very serious allegations. But we are a football podcast, so looking at it from a football perspective, this would be a devastating loss for the Falcons, considering how good he was this year. He was definitely one of the top, 10 or so linebackers in the sport. So, really difficult situation. I wish the best for all involved. And yeah, Eric, I mean, it's tough to talk about these sorts of things because it's just really uncomfortable. But yeah, sadly, it's more prevalent in football than anyone, whether it's analysts or fans, would care to admit. But,
Yeah, it is. I mean, we've talked about off the field stories quite a bit just this season.
yeah,
It seems to become like more prevalent, and it's happening a lot more. But Pierce, he was third in AP Defensive Rookie of the Year voting this year.
yeah,
With, like you said, 10.5 sacks, and that's the most for a rookie since Micah Parsons in 2024.
okay,
And I mean, yeah, it's a shame. And then it was another police chase, of course. He ran from the police, and he has 5 felony charges. But like you said, the Falcons haven't cut him yet. So I would assume they're just waiting to see how it plays out. Like you said, I mean, I don't think, they're gonna wait to see what the verdict is, if he's guilty or not. But I mean, this is gonna be. It's definitely interesting, and it's a real shame. I mean, this is a great talent we're talking about, and probably a great person as well. And it's just a shame that this is kind of what it's come to. For a lot of guys that we're talking about now, a lot of the news segments are, like I said, off the field stuff. I don't know if it's technically football related, but it's a shame.
yeah.
These guys James Pierce, he has his life made pretty much. He's in the NFL, living out his dream job, and then this happened. It's just a real shame. So
Yeah.
yeah, but as of right now, he is still on the team, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and again, I was really surprised. Again, I get it. The he's one of their best players on defense. They really don't want to do it unless absolutely necessary. I think they want to see the lawsuit go through. But yeah, I was kind of surprised that he was still on the team, considering how serious the situation was. I mean, running from the police is really bad. But yeah, just really unfortunate situation for all involved. I wish everyone we wish everyone all the best, both Eric and myself. It's just a really tough situation, and yeah, we'll see how that situation goes, and we will update the listeners as more details come in. But right now, it's been kind of dead silent on that for a couple weeks now, rather than other than him getting out on bail. I think prosecutors are still trying to gather evidence and prepare the case. So we'll see where it goes, and again, we'll report on it as it develops. Yep. That's all I have on that story. What about you?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, guys. Now we're gonna do. We normally like to do our little batch news story. So a number of players had trials for the with the NCAA regarding eligibility. Eligibility has been a topic of discussion on this show quite a bit over the last couple months, namely because Eric and I have very strong opinions on all of this stuff. So we thought we would chime in on a number of these. Let's start with Trinidad Chambliss, because I think this is the one that really got our gears turning. Guys, he has been given another year of eligibility. He's going to play for Ole Miss in 2026. He was given a medical red shirt. I am just so disgusted, Eric, that Chambliss was able to get this. I mean, just playing in junior college mean nothing. I mean, it means something for someone else who we're about to talk about in a couple minutes here. But for Chambliss, I mean, was he so good for Ole Miss? And he was fantastic. Does the NCAA not want to get rid of him? I mean, I honestly think that's an element here. I'm so sick and tired of these guys getting more than 5 years of eligibility. I think it's absolutely absurd. Yeah, I'm at a loss for words because I'm so disgusted. I mean, I guess, playing at Ferris State meant nothing. I know he didn't play in either his first or second year. I don't recall off the top of my head because he did have health issues. But he played 4 years. I mean, when you play 4 years, I don't think you should play beyond. You should be on the team after, beyond your 5th year, because obviously you can redshirt him, right? But he shouldn't be on the team beyond 5. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And I don't even say that as a Georgia fan. I say this as a football fan. He should not be playing. It's absolutely absurd. Yeah, the first thing I did, guys, when I saw this news was I texted Eric with my disgust, because I just had to get my frustration and my anger off my chest, because I just think it's absurd, and honestly just a complete and utter waste of everyone's time from fans' interest, from the team's interest, analysts' interest. I mean, everyone's time is being wasted with this decision. It's just absurd. Go on. I was on a soapbox. Go on.
Yeah, I think this is ridiculous. I mean, they denied his eligibility at first for 6th year option, then they all of a sudden just give him it. Like, I don't understand it. I mean, he's older than Carson Beck and Drake May. Why is he still? And we talk about Carson Beck being old, but it's because we've seen him at the D1 level for so long. Yeah. Trinidad Chambliss, you don't really think he's that old because you've only seen him this year, but he's older than Carson Beck. Yeah. I mean, him getting a 6th year, I understand he was a great player last year, fun to watch, and from a football standpoint, yeah, he's fun to watch. I like him a lot. But like, at what point do you have to, as the NCAA, put your foot down, and no matter how good maybe the ratings are, just decline his eligibility?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. No matter, and yes, he's entertaining, but um, I don't know. And you see guys all the time get declined. They're even like fifth, sixth year
Yeah.
option, who arguably deserve it more.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know, man. It's tough, but I don't think they should have gave it to him. They found a loophole, and props to them, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just I don't understand why they would even give it to him. But I don't know. Like if he entered the draft, he would have been. Would he have gotten picked? I think he would have gotten picked, but it would have been like fifth, sixth
Yeah,
round.
it would have been low.
No matter how good of a year he had, he doesn't have experience. And I even think him playing this year, he doesn't have enough experience to go and light up the NFL or really do anything substantial in the NFL
I
anyway.
agree.
So like you said, this is just a waste of time. It's honestly a little bit rude to like the backup quarterback
Yeah.
at Ole Miss. I'm not sure who it is, but I mean, he thinks he's getting the shot right now, and he's not. Now that he got the option, so
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like the move. I think it's selfish.
I just
No matter how good your ratings
Ridiculous.
are, I guess, and no matter
absolutely
how good you
ridiculous.
think you are,
I will say,
it's just ridiculous. And the fact that the NCAA gave in like that is just
covering our bases.
unacceptable, honestly.
Yeah. Look, covering our bases legally, because I feel we have to say this, Eric. We do not know, and by we, I mean Eric and I, we do not know any inside information regarding this, this lawsuit. We don't know whether the NCAA chose to keep, the state court chose to keep him in at Ole Miss for financial purposes because he was playing well. We're not out, raising allegations toward anyone involved in this lawsuit. Just have to cover our bases legally. But I don't know. I guess what I'll say, Eric. I guess what I'll say is I'm theorizing it. Legally we're not, officially raising allegations toward anyone involved here, but I'm gonna theorize that that's why they did it. Because I see no reason why a guy who only missed 1 year for injury is getting this kind of treatment. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's ruining almost the recruiting class of this year
I
too.
agree.
Because if you want to come in and play at Ole Miss or really anywhere at this point with what's going on, if you want to play, it's almost ruining the high school aspect because if you can just get 6-7 years of eligibility, who cares? I mean, I don't know. I think it's just ruining the game. I mean, he's what, 23? He's going to be 24 by the time the season starts, and he's going to be going up against 18, 19-year-olds. I don't know how fair that is, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I don't know.
I agree. I completely agree. Just waste of time for all involved. And it's just
But he's fun to watch.
he
so.
is. And look, as a fan, I'll have fun watching him. I really will. I'm not gonna lie about it.
Yeah.
But
No, 100%.
but he shouldn't be there. That's just
No,
yeah.
I mean, it's the right decision for him and his career. I understand why he would do that and he would want it because he's not ready for the NFL. I don't even know if he would have got drafted. So, I mean, great choice for him, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, props to him for somehow getting that flipped around, but bad for the game.
Yeah. I agree. Okay, guys, moving on to the next bit of eligibility news. Tennessee's quarterback Joey Aguilar was denied his extension, so he will not gain a final season of eligibility. He did only play 3 seasons of NCAA football as a player. He was at Appalachian State for 2, and then he played all 13 games at quarterback for Tennessee last season. But the one season he did play. He didn't play, rather. He was a healthy scratch, so he didn't have any injury situation that allowed him to get an extension. So he was not given his additional year of eligibility. I mean, it sucks for Aguilar. He wasn't that bad for Tennessee. Look, he wasn't great, but when you don't have an injury, I mean, I can understand the frustration that I'm sure he's having. He isn't expected to appeal because I believe Tennessee's court system regarding appeals is an absolute disaster, and he's got to go prep for the draft, so he doesn't have time. Yeah, he doesn't have time to appeal, quite frankly, because the draft, the combine, I believe, is very, very soon. So, it is what it is. Tennessee's going to have to go out and find a new quarterback. They always find some decent ones. I mean, Hooker a couple years ago, Eric, was very good, right? So I'm sure they'll be able to find a new quarterback. But I find this story in particular, I found interesting because, he was healthy. And because of that, they didn't give him, another season of eligibility. But here, I guess JUCO did count. I guess Chambliss's time at Ferris State meant nothing, but Joey Aguilar's time at App State meant something. It's just absolutely ridiculous, and it just shows the unfairness, I think, in this entire situation. I mean, I know obviously one case was in Tennessee and the other was in Missouri, Mississippi. But still, I mean, it's just ridiculous. But whatever. I wish Joey Aguilar luck. I hope he does well at the combine. I have nothing against the guy. We'll see how he does.
Yep. Yeah. This I like this decision. Good for the game. That's what it should have been for both of them.
Yeah.
But
yep.
That's all.
Yeah, guys. This is what Chambliss should have been. Right. This is This is how Chambliss should have gone down. I mean, look, Aguilar, he has some ability. I think he obviously didn't have a lot of very good receivers, Eric, to throw to. But he was able to make a couple really impressive plays. I mean, against Georgia, he was making a lot of really solid plays for them. And he kept Tennessee in that game. So I don't know if he's good enough to be at the NFL level right now. I'm guessing no. But I do think that he could. I honestly think he could be a backup if he plays his cards right. If the combine goes well for him, I can see him being a backup. I really can. I could obviously be wrong, but I see backup potential in him. I don't know if it'll work out, but he could.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I wish him luck. We'll obviously be covering the combine guys on this show. And if he does really well, we'll talk about him. But, this was the right call, 100%.
Do you think if Joey Aguilar had the same receivers as Nico Iamaleava, that he would have been better?
Probably.
Yeah, I think so, personally.
Yeah.
Because once Squirrel White left to go to, where'd he go, maybe USC or something?
Yeah.
I mean, that was their best receiver, and that was really who Iamaleava was throwing to the entire year.
And as we saw with UCLA, the second Iamaleava lost his guys, he became a disaster, right?
Exactly. So I think Joey Aguilar was honestly he played better than Iamaleava.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
So he showed glimpses. He can be good. I agree. He's like the backup range. He could be a decent backup. He can win you a couple games, but
in a pinch,
I mean
in a pinch he can win a couple games. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Last story, guys. This is a doozy. A linebacker for Montana. What? There's a College of Montana? Yes, there is. I'm going to go, guys, I'm very sorry. I'm going to try here. Solomon Tuliaupupu. I'm very sorry. I'm really trying. I promise.
I think that's right.
Okay. Was given a ninth year of eligibility by the NCAA. This is a notable story because he did start at USC. He was one of Lincoln Riley's first, one of the first guys that Lincoln Riley actually booted from the program. Ironically enough, when he got the job, this was a very fascinating story to me because actually, Eric, I defend this because look, this is at Montana. He's not playing for some, big time program. He's playing at Montana shows, Tuliaupupu wants to play because he loves the sport. This is clearly coming from love. Whereas with Trinidad Chambliss, I don't know about you, But like that Chambliss' situation gives me like, I can get more money in college vibes rather than like I'm actually, want to stay in college. But Tuliapupu clearly just loves the game and wants to play. That's why he's at Montana, guys. But yeah, he had multiple medical season-ending injuries where he lost complete seasons. He was able to be redshirted. He had a COVID year. So as you build up those years, you create a situation where he can have 9 years of eligibility. So yeah, when you actually look at his resume, that one you can understand because of all the medical injuries and all the issues this poor guy has gone through to play the sport he loves. So I don't care. Look, I saw the 9-year headline and I was like, oh my god. But when you actually look at his history, you can understand. And again, it's at Montana, so we're probably not gonna talk about him ever again on this show. But I think it's a good story just because it shows, follow the sport you love, man. Even if it keeps you in college for 9 years, just the thought of that makes me want to throw up. After 2.5, I was like, deuces, St. Vincent. But yeah, I mean, he's playing the sport he loves at a school where he knows he's not going to be very competitive on the grand stage. And again, he does have the medical history that suggests he needs more time. So why the hell not? I can't believe I'm saying that, but sure, Solomon, have fun. Because that's what he's doing.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, sure. 9 years sounds crazy. He's going to be 26. He was the same recruiting class as Micah Parsons.
Oh, my God.
Who's in his 5th year in the NFL.
That's hilarious.
So, he's – I mean, 9 years, man, that's unreal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you can't even be really too mad because it's just unfortunate. You got the COVID year, which the COVID year is finally going away. Now that we're kind of getting into 2026 and 2027.
Thank God.
But yeah, right. So that's going away. We get the COVID year out of here, and then he's just been injured pretty much every year. Yeah. His entire undergraduate career, he was hurt.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, just let him play, I guess. But then he can go on to be an accountant.
I was literally just about to say he'll be an accountant with me.
Right, but hey, I mean, at least he's having fun.
He's having fun.
Yeah, good for him. That's all I got, really. Good for him.
He's having fun. He's at Montana. He knows. Yep. He knows.
Yeah, I mean, that's the perfect place to go.
Yeah.
If
I agree.
Because honestly, I mean, at this point, I don't even know if he would be good enough with all the injuries he had to play at a top D1 school. Anyway,
I would agree.
Like a USC or like somewhere else.
And he probably realizes that the injuries would keep him from being, drafted. I mean, look, obviously you can be an undrafted free agent. It's not impossible, but it's tough to get into the league if you're not drafted. It's really hard.
Yeah, I think he's just doing it just to play the game he loves and. I mean, I don't hate it. It's definitely weird,
it's weird.
But what are you gonna do? Congrats for Tuliapupu.
Yeah, it's weird, but I am happy for the guy. I am happy for the guy because again, he's doing it out of love.
No,
he's doing it out of love.
Yes, he is. I mean,
I can't say that for Chambliss. I can't say that for him.
No. It's but that's different though.
I agree.
That's different.
Agree, 100%. I agree, but
because he's still trying to get drafted. I mean, this guy's just doing it for fun.
Yeah, you're right. That's all I have on all those stories. What about you?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, guys, moving on to the final story, and sadly, again, we're bookending with another really tough story. Vikings wide receiver Rondale Moore was found dead. This past Saturday night, as of the recording of this episode, in his hometown of New Albany, Indiana, with what police believe is a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Really difficult situation here. I actually remember his freshman campaign at Purdue. Eric, he was so good. He was the best player that Purdue had in a long time. If you recall, they upset Ohio State that year. He was amazing.
They did.
He was
Yep.
amazing in that game against Ohio State. And I really thought that he was going places. But he was injured for pretty much the rest of college, and then every year in the NFL was basically killed. He played 3 seasons in the NFL and missed the last 2 in full because of massive preseason injuries. This strikes me, Eric, again. It has not been officially declared a self-inflicted gunshot wound, so I want to be careful with my language here. But again, theorizing, I wouldn't be surprised if all the injuries and missing all the time got to his head, which is so sad, right? I mean, to go out like that is just absolutely horrible. I recognize that injuries really kept the guy from becoming what people thought he could be as a freshman. But he definitely showed flashes of brilliance in that first season with the Cardinals, even if he never completely brought it together. And yeah, it's just really a shame. My condolences to his family and his teammates. I can't imagine how hard that is. Again, when you realize the context of the guy just constantly getting hurt with injuries, I mean, my mind, Eric, goes to Andrew Luck. I mean, if poor Andrew Luck had the foresight to retire before it got to his head, right? I mean, we all remember that final press conference where he was about to burst into tears. And then you see something like what happened to Rondale Moore, and you can understand really where Andrew Luck was coming from. This is just so horrible. My condolences. Again, to everyone involved in this really shitty situation. It's really hard to talk about. But yeah, look out for your mental health, people. It's important.
Yeah, this is the second one this year.
Yeah.
You remember Marshawn Nealon a few months ago. I mean, yeah, it's just so sad, man. It's men's mental health is overlooked.
Yep.
These guys feel like they can't talk to anybody about their problems, and they can.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, they can. People will listen and they'll want to help them. Like suicide's just never the answer. Yeah. It's really sad that he won't be able to, live out his career and continue his life. It's horrible. Yeah.
Completely agree. I mean, it really is a situation. I mean, I'm sure the guy, he was just clearly struggling not being on the field, and he couldn't talk to anyone about it. I mean, that's kind of what I took from the story, and it's just really a shame. But, sadly, we can't do anything for Rondale Moore, but hopefully we can do something for someone else, right? Hopefully this can bring some much needed awareness to this situation, because again, him and Nealand in a couple months in a couple months stretch here will definitely raise some awareness. So yeah, really unfortunate. Again, condolences to everyone involved. That's all I have on that. What about you?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, guys. So sorry for ending the this episode on such a dour note. But yeah, it's just really unfortunate. I don't even really know how to end this episode, to be honest, because it's just so sad. But that is it for this week's episode, rather, of Catching the Facts. Thank you all so very much for listening. We are, as we said, going to be doing this every other week. So we will be back in 2 weeks to cover some more news. That will be right before the free agency period opens in the National Football League, where we're going to get just an onslaught of news. So I guess 4 weeks from now, get ready for that episode. It's going to be a banger because we're going to have so much to talk about. But I'm sure there's going to be a lot of interesting stories to come in the next couple weeks that we'll be able to cover when that next episode comes out. So as always, we air on Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We release on both YouTube and Spotify. Please like, comment, follow, and subscribe to our podcast on both platforms. It definitely helps the show out a lot, and it helps us grow our standing. As always, again, we're so appreciative of the listeners who have been sticking with us all season long and through the off season. We're just very appreciative of your support. So thank you all very, very much. That's all I got, Eric. What about you?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, guys. So we're going to let you go. We'll be back in 2 weeks to cover new news. Until then, I'm your host, Dan Sisk.
And I'm Schroeder.
And we'll see you then.